Ba-da-dum, 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 da-dum, da-dum, ra-ba-dum, dum, dum, da-dum, da-da-dum. Okay, hey, hello everyone. Welcome back to the Random Venom. I'm your host, RavenWood. Oh, excuse me. It must be all pollen. And for tonight, you don't have a co-host. Sorry. Oh, that's Twitter. I'm gonna Oh wait, I might need my phone for like if I need to Google something or whatever. I don't know, whatever. Uh, your co-host will be the characters that are behind me. There. What? All of them. They're all the co-hosts. There. That settles it. And Dominic is just not feeling well at the moment, unfortunately. Um, so for tonight on the Random Fandom, um, I know that the thumbnail says Ravenwood reads with the Dominic neck, Dominic Rex. Sorry, brain fire with and Dominic. But as you can see, he's not here today. He's not feeling well. But that actually works for tonight because the first stream we kind of like flip flopped, back and forth reading it. Second stream he did most of the reading. I think there was a third stream of this. I'm not certain. But for this stream, I will be doing more of the reading. So it'd be perfectly balanced like everything should. So maybe next time this will be a valuable lesson, to keep things balanced. I read, he reads. He reads, I read. Well, more or less, right. It's supposed to be reading with. Anyways, we'll be covering New York, the New York chapter. And I want to go a little bit further. The shape of the data. The data has a specific shape. We got to respect that. And then we'll probably move onto the second iteration by Ian Malcolm. And I'll show you the little picture. And if we do go any further than that, we'll read The Shore of the Inland Sea. Oh, that sounds so cool. Let me read that again. The Shore of the Inland Sea. That sounds like something that like you get from like a fantasy novel or something like that. Anyways. Oh, also this is one of my right here, not the Optimus Prime shirt, but this collar shirt. I'll flip it up. There we go. So we can get a nice little. There we go. This collar shirt, not collar. Yeah, this was my grandfather's, and so it's a short sleeve. I'm not really used to short sleeves, but Also, no, I cannot read chat. So if there is a chat, I cannot read it, unfortunately, because YouTube, for some reason, I think it's either on this device or the connection. There's something went wrong with the connection to the chat. It has only been happening here recently. I don't know why. It still keep doing that. We may have to choose a different location for RavenWood Reads or for just live streams in general. So yeah, ha! We'll probably try something next time. Now, without further ado, we will get into the reading. Without further delay. Don't get me wrong. I still want to utilize this area. But if we can't utilize this area, then oh well, we'll just move to a different spot. What I do have a plan though. Um, I do have one plan. I'll still utilize this spot. I just probably won't use it for like YouTube stuff or well maybe YouTube stuff. I probably might use it for YouTube stuff. But as far as like live streaming, we may have to take it to a different room or something else altogether. So yeah, we'll figure things out. So don't worry. Anyways, let's get to read. New York. Hold on, let me check that one. We're excellent chat. Okay. Dr. Richard Stone, head of the Tropical Diseases Laboratory of Columbia University Medical Center, often remarked that the name conjured up a grander place than it actually was. In the early 20th century, when the laboratory occupied the entire fourth floor of the biomedical research building, be right back. They'll be right back. Sorry. The biomedical research building, crews of technicians worked to eliminate the scourges of yellow fever, malaria, and cholera. But medical success and research laboratories in Nairobi and Sao Paulo. Oh, excuse me. Spanish is not my first language. Where was it? Had left the TDL a much less important place than it once was. Now a fraction of its former size, it employed only 2 full-time technicians, and they were primarily concerned with diagnosing illnesses of New Yorkers who had traveled abroad. Lab's comfortable routine was unprepared for what it received that morning. Oh, very nice, the technician in the tropical disease laboratory said. And oh, the female. Oh, very nice, the technician in the tropical disease laboratory said as she read the customs label. Partially live, stabilize, 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 stabilize. Okay, there we go. We're back. My magic worked. It worked its magic. Okay, let me check that. Nope. This one, pop up. Okay. Let me reread that. Partially masticated fragment of the unidentified Costa Rican lizard. She wrinkled her nose. This one's all yours, Dr. Stone. Richard Stone crossed the lab to inspect the new arrival. Is this the material from Ed Simpson's lab? Simpsons? Yes, she replied. But I don't know why I don't know why they'd send a lizard to us. His secretary called, Stone said. Simpson's on a field trip in Bruno for the summer. And because there's a question of communicable disease, excuse me, with this lizard, she asked our lab to take out, not take out. Why am I reading words on there? She asked our lab to take a look at it. Let's see what we've got. Let's see what we've got. The white plastic cylinder was the size of a half-gallon milk container. It had locking metal latches and a screw top. Oh, excuse me. Whew. It was labeled International Biological Specimen Container, and plastered with stickers and warnings in 4 languages: English, Spanish, and the other 2. I made that up, by the way. The warnings weren't opened by suspicious customs and officials. By suspicious customs officials. Apparently, the warnings had worked, as Richard Stone swung the big light over. He could see the seals were still intact. Stone turned on the air handlers and pulled on plastic gloves and a face mask. After all, the lad had my tongue is just tied. After all, the lab had recently identified specimens contaminated with Venezuelan equine fever. I'll take this call real quick. Yes. Yes. I'll turn it off right now. Bye. See ya. All right, I'm back. Thankfully, that was a quick call. I'm back, everyone. The Venezuelan equine fever, Japanese bee encephalitis. Encephalitis. Okay, good. Japanese bee encephalitis. Kaya-Sanur forest virus, Langant virus, and Mayaro. Sorry. I'm going to hit it here. Please send help. Please don't make me read big ass words or virus. Oh, my nose itches. Then he unscrewed the top. There was the hiss of escaping gas, and white smoke boiled out. The cylinder turned frosty cold. Inside, he found a plastic Ziploc sandwich bag containing something green. Stone spread a surgical drape on the table and shook out the contents of the bag. A piece of frozen flesh struck the table with a dull thud. The technician said. The technician said. Looks eaten. Yes, it does, Stone said. What do they want with what do they want with us? The technician consulted the enclosed documents. Lizard is biting a local lizard is biting local children. They have a question about identification of the species and a concern about diseases transmitted from the bite. She produced a child's picture of a lizard, signed Tina at the top. One of the kids drew a picture of the lizard. Stone glanced at the picture. Obviously, we can't verify the species, Stone said, but we can check diseases easily enough if we can get any blood out of the fragment. What are they calling this animal? Basiliscus amoritus. Fuck. Basiliscus amoritus. With three-toed genetic anomaly. Blascus. Sorry. No, Basculus. Basculus amortus. Basculus amortus. Amortus. There, I said it right. After 300 tries, she said, reading. Okay, Stone said. Let's gas in my throat. Let's get started. While you're waiting for it to thaw, do an X-ray and take Polaroids for the record. Once we have blood, start running antibody sets until we get some matches. Let me know if there's a problem. Before lunchtime, the lab had its answer. The lizard blood showed no significant reactivity to any viral or bacterial antigen. They had run toxicity profiles as well. Why can't I just read? just say the words. Why can't I pronounce? Please. Toxicity profiles as well, and they had found only one positive match. The blood was mildly reactive to the venom of the Indian king cobra. But such cross-reactivity was common among reptile species, and Dr. Stone did not think it noteworthy to include in the facts his technician sent to Dr. Martin Gutierrez. That's why I'm coughing. It's probably the pollen. Excuse me. Ah, man, my neck is sore. I'm dying. Okay, Jesse. There was never any question about identifying the lizard. That would await the return of Dr. Simpson. The Simpsons. He was not. Hey, Marge. Sorry. He was not due back for several weeks, and his secretary asked if the TDL would please store the lizard fragment in the meantime. Dr. Stone put it back in the Ziploc bag and stuck it in the freezer so he can eat it later, clearly. He just takes the fragment, just goes, oh, yes, it tastes like dinosaur. Da, da, da. How do you know what dinosaur tastes like? There was a I'm immortal. Immortal and like title screen, Immortal. Da, 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 Immortal. I really like him. I understand that Immortal from the show Invincible, by the way. He's Immortal just needs to just lock in. Like he every time he tries to do something, he's just halfway. And he's really good at being like a superhero from what we've seen and whatnot. He's good at combat. He's very good at fighting, and he understands like the smarts and whatnot. Excuse me. But when you're immortal, but you have superpowers and you just can't win. Oh no, he can win. There are moments in the show where he does win. Problem is, he doesn't win in fights. Or correction, he doesn't win in like fights, right? The moment he needed to lock in and fight Omni-Man. Okay, the original Guardians of the Globe. I want to go into an entire rant about this, but like he fumbled. Not fumbled. He's just not very good at winning. How can he be this bad at winning? Unfortunately, with the humans in the show, you literally have to die or have yourself nearly die in order to win. Well, yeah, no, hold on. This is gonna be in spoiler territory, so if you haven't seen season 1, I'm sorry for spoiling. Oh well. It's just I want to be a fan of Immortal. There's some things I like. Okay, yeah, he's probably shouldn't be doing this. He's a little old. Well, I mean, he's immortal, but like appearance wise, he doesn't look like he's 20. If you know what I'm talking about. Okay. Although from the wiki, from what I've seen from the wiki, from the person that he's dating, right, or that's dating him, right, she is also roughly around 20. It's speculated. There's not really that much of an age, confirmed age for this character at the moment. I don't know if there's a confirmed age yet, but from according to wiki, yeah, she's about 20. But anyways, so I'm not gonna spoil that much from like Invincible or whatnot. This is not the Invincible live stream, but anyways, yeah. This is not the Immortal live stream either. So, I do want to do live streams based off of just separate characters one of these days. Anyways, let's continue reading the story. Let me check the time. No. Go back to your. Yeah. Come on. Oh, you are going to make me mad. I just want you right. I just want you right there. That's all. There. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to fix a certain tab so that I can see it. Okay, we're going to 25 minutes in. Oh, excuse me. Okay. Let's see here. there's a lot I could go in with with Immortal. It's a tangent. I know I went on to a mini rant, but let me at least like I want to call it glazing because like I'm not like a huge fan. I'm just want to be a fan of Immortal because like he he's just struggling. This struggle to get one win is not worth it. Unfortunately, there's just I wish certain characters would just not die in order to win. Some characters in the show that literally have to die to win. So whatever. I haven't read the comics, so don't spoil either. Like, oh hey, this character that apparently died, whatever, just to get a win, right? Uh, right. Okay, don't type that in the comment section. Anyways, back to read. Martin Garrett Gutierrez. Sorry, Gutierrez. Martin Gutierrez read the facts from the Columbia Medical Center / Tropical Diseases Laboratory. It was brief. Subject: Basilicus amortus with genetic anomaly. Forward from Dr. Simpson's office. Materials: posterior segment ? Partially eaten animal. Procedures performed: X-ray, microscopic, in immuno, immunological. Let's just go with that. Immunological RTX for viral parasitic bacterial disease. Findings: no histologic or immunologic immunologic evidence for any communicable disease in man in this basil. Why can I not pronounce it another? I can pronounce it once and then never pronounce it ever again. Velasquez Basilis why Basilicus? Sorry, Basilis Basilicus amortus. Sample. Signed, Richard A. Stone, MD, Director. Okay. I can pronounce it, but I'm not going to do an entire stream of me struggling for some reason. Gosh, I hate that I can pronounce it once and then never pronounce it again. I know how to pronounce it, but for some reason, my mouth refuses. Guertes made two assumptions based on the memo. First, that his identification of the lizard is a basilicus. Oh, basilicus, whatever. Basilicus had been confirmed by scientists at the Columbia University. And second, that the absence of the communicable disease meant that the recent episodes of those sporadic lizard bites implied no serious health hazards for Kaika. On the contrary, on the contrary, he felt his original views were correct, that a lizard species had been driven from the forest into a new habitat and was coming into contact with the village people. The village people. So why did I say it? Why did I say it like that? Why did I say it like that? And I had to slap my mouth for a second there. Stop it. Gurtiras was was certain that in a few more weeks the lizards would settle down and the biting episodes would end. Oh, excuse me. I'm gonna get some cough drops. The tropical rain fell in great drenching sheets, hammering the corrugated, sorry. I hate when the word gets split by the page. Corrugated roof of the clinic in Bahia Inasco. It was nearly midnight. Power had been lost in the storm, and the midwife Elena Morales was working by flashlight when she heard a squeaking, chirping sound. Chirp, 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 chirp. Thinking that it was a rat. Oh, a rat! Oh my gosh, it's a rat! Rat! She quickly put a compress on the forehead. Compress on the forehead of the mother and went to the next room to check on the newborn baby. As her hand touched the doorknob, she heard the chirping again. Chirp, 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 chirp. This is the chirping noise that you heard earlier. Chirpy, chirpy, chirp, chirpy, chirpy, chirp. Chirping again, and she relaxed. Evidently, it was just a bird flying in the window to get out of the rain. Costa Ricans said that when a bird came to visit a newborn child, it brought good luck. Elena opened the door. The infant lay in a wicker bassinet. Oh, a wicker bassinet. Ooh. Swaddled in a light blanket, only its face exposed. Around the rim of the bassinet, 3 dark green lizards. Three dark green lizards crouched like gargoyles. Saw Alina. They cocked their heads and stared curiously at her. I can't pronounce normal words anymore. Dang. But did not flee. In the light of her flashlight, Lena saw the blood dripping from their snouts. Softly chirping. Chirp, chirp. One lizard bent down, and with a quick shake of its head, tore a ragged chunk of flesh from the baby. Ketchup, don't worry, it's ketchup. It's ketchup. It's not actual flesh. It's Minecraft meat. Elena rushed forward, screaming, and the lizard saw. But long before she reached the bassinet, she saw what happened to the infant's face. Oh. Damn. This got heavy. And she knew the child must be. The child must be dead. I mean, could be possible. It just damaged the face. Just. Oh. The lizards scattered into the rainy night, chirping and squealing, leaving behind. Yeah, they didn't have this in the movie. They could. They probably might. They might add it into the next movie, the upcoming movie. I will feel so fucking depressed if this happen. If this ever happens in a movie, I'll be like, damn. Not even babies could survive this. We need to bring back being depressed at the theaters. Unless it's already back and I'm just not watching those movies. The lizards scattered into the rainy night, chirping and squealing, leaving behind only bloody three-toed tracks like birds. Oh yeah. There's good luck. There's good luck. Straight to heaven. You could say that's good luck. Oh dear. Wow, that's heavy. Okay. The shape of the data. You see, the data was shaped like oh wait a second. There was a specific the data was shaped like this. This weird shape. I don't know. It was shaped like this. I don't know. We did that in high school a lot for some reason. The shape of the data. Later, when she was calmer, Elena Mouse decided not to report the lizard attack. Despite the horror she had seen, she began to worry that she might be criticized for leaving the baby unguarded. Well, I mean, you didn't know that your place would be invaded by evil lizards of the night. So I think you could be given a pass. So she told the mother that the baby had I know how to pronounce it, but like for some reason I can pronounce it without reading. But for some reason or without looking at the word. Asphyxiated. Asphyxiated. There. Asphyxiated. For some reason I can pronounce it without looking at the word. But when I look at the word, I recognize it, but I can't pronounce it while reading it for some reason. Gotta look away. Asphyxiated. She reported the death on the forms she sent to San Jose as SIDS, Sudden Infant Death Syndrome. Yeah, sure, it's sudden death if it was bitten on the face. Fatality. It's like coughing baby versus 3 compies. 3 or not 3 compies, but it just said that they were lizards and didn't say how many gargoyle. Yeah, 3 gargoyle. 3 gargoyle looking like lizards. Hello, anybody that's in the chat or whatever at the moment. Not in the chat or watching this program. Sorry if you can't. The whatever. If you're commenting right now, I can't see it. Oh, would you look at that? Hello. Okay, I'm still on. One concurrent viewer. Hello, one concurrent viewer. Anyway, okay. Anyways, I hate when people lie. Just this was a syndrome of unexplained death among very young children. Oh well, okay, that's close enough. It was unexplained death. How did the bite marks get on there? Well, we don't know. It was unremarkable, and her report went unchallenged. Well, I mean, I'm sorry if I looked at the corpse of the baby and saw like a bunch of tiny bite marks all over it. I'd be like, lady, you're lying. You are lying. It's dead because someone bit it. Something bit it. You know, something. Right. Oh, yeah. This reminds me of a tale of Hercules. You know, the famous tale of Hercules. He choked two snakes as an infant, and she just grabbed a snake and die. Which, by the way, oddly enough, snakes and babies are not afraid of each other. They're not. The snake does not see the infant as a threat, and the infant does not see the snake as a threat. They're chill. But the snake will see you as a threat. Excuse me. So that there is some believability of like Hercules choking a snake to death. The university lab in San Jose that analyzed the saliva sample from Tina Bowman's arm made several remarkable discoveries. There was, as expected, a great deal of serotonin. That one I can read. Serotonin. But among the salivary proteins was a real monster. Molecular mass of 1,980, one of the largest proteins known. Biological activity was still under study, but it seemed to be a neurotoxic poison related to a cobra venom. Venom. Although more primitive in structure. The lab also detected trace quantities of the gamma amino methionine hydrolase. Sorry, I can pronounce some of these big words. But this enzyme was a marker for genetic engineering and not found in wild animals. Technicians assumed there was a lab contaminant and did not report it when they called Dr. Cruz, the referring physician in Puntaneras. The lizard fragment rested in the freezer at Columbia University, awaiting the return of Dr. Simpson, who was not expected for at least a month. Levin walked into the tropical disease laboratory, seeing Tina Bowman's picture, and said, "Oh, Whose kid drew the dinosaur? Excuse me. What? What? Dr. Stone. Oh, wait, hold on. Wait, this is Dr. Simpson. Wait, no. Who's um, wait a second, Dr. Simpson, 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 Simpson. Search. Why is my thumb feeling numb? Shush. I want to get exact type of voice for Homer Simpson. So I'm going to use the Homer Simpson voice, but I just need. Okay, I'm not that off. Okay. Okay. Why did it go to my previous history search? Not to. Oh, I went to the wrong search YouTube. Beer. Okay. Whose kid drew this? Whose kid drew the dinosaur? What? Dr. Stone said, turning slowly toward her. Oh, wait, no, this is the. Wait. Who's. Oh. If this is a female. Oh, no, this is Dr. Levin. Okay. This is Dr. Levin. Oh, I was so close. Okay, Dr. Levin. Okay, whatever. Oh, okay. Oh, who's kid? Oh, whose kid drew the dinosaur? Well, I'm gonna go with some sort of female voice. Let it be that. Oh, whose kid drew the dinosaur? What? Dr. Stone said, turning slowly toward her. The dinosaur, isn't that what it is? My kid draws them all the time. This is a lizard, Stone said, from Costa Rica. Some girl down there drew a picture of it. No, Alice Levin said, shaking her head. Look at it. It's very clear. Big head, long neck, stands on its hind legs, thick tail. It's a dinosaur. It's a dinosaur. It can't be. It was only a foot tall. So, there were little dinosaurs back then. Alice said, believe me, I know. I have two boys. I'm an expert. The smallest dinosaurs were under a foot. Tyrannosaurus or something. I don't know. Those names are impossible. You'll never learn those names if you're over the age of 10. You don't understand, Dr. Stone said. This is a picture of a contemporary animal. They sent us a fragment of the animal. It's in the freezer now. Stone went and got it and shook it out of the baggie. I could just imagine that's how you take the bag out of the bag. I might as well put it over here. The thing out of the bag. Alice Levin looked at the frozen piece of leg and tail. and shrugged. She didn't touch it. I don't know, she said, but that looks like a dinosaur to me. Stone shook his head. Impossible. Why? Levin said. It could be a leftover or remnant or whatever they call them. Stone continued to shake his head. Alice was uninformed. She was just a technician who worked in the bacteriology lab down the hall. And she had an active imagination. Stone remembered the time when she thought she was being followed by one surgical ordeal. Oh, ordealize. Sorry, not ordeals. Sorry, ordealize. You know, Alice Levin, if this is a dinosaur, Richard, it could be a big deal. It is not a dinosaur. Has anybody checked it? No. Well, take it to the Museum of Natural History or something, Alice Levin said. You really should. I'll be embarrassed. You want me to do it for you? She said, no, Dr. Richard Stone said. I don't. Nothing at all? He put the baggie back in the freezer and slammed the door. It's not a dinosaur, it's a lizard. And whatever it is, it can wait until Dr. Simpson gets back from Bernino to Bernino to identify it. That's final, Alice. This lizard's not going anywhere. This lizard. Please. Second iteration was subsequent drawings of the fractal curve. Sudden changes may appear by Ian Malcolm. Okay, second iteration. There, it's the drawing. I wonder what the other iterations were. Yeah, it's just weird lines and wrongs. The shore of the inland sea. Okay, I'm gonna see how long this is. Okay. I'll get to the stopping point on page 35. But we'll have to end it there. Okay. Alan Grant, yes! We're at the Alan Grant part of the story. Yeehaw! Okay, I'm going to try to give him a different voice. By the way, I'm not going to try to give him the voice that he has in the movie. I'm going to give him a different voice. A voice that's entertaining. Alan Grant crouched down, his nose inches from the ground. The temperature was over 100 degrees. His knees ached, despite the rug layer's pads he wore. His lungs burned from the harsh alkaline dust. Sweat dripped off his forehead onto the ground. But Grant was oblivious to the discomfort. His entire attention was focused on the 6-inch square of earth in front of him. Working patiently with a dental pick and an artist's camel brush, he exposed a tiny L-shaped fragment of a jawbone with the shape of an L on his forehead. It was only an inch long and no thicker than his little finger. The teeth were a row of small points and had the characteristic medial angling. Bits of bone flicked away as he dug. Grant paused for a moment to paint the bone with rubber cement before continuing to expose it. Excuse me. There was there was no question that this was the jawbone from an infant carnivorous dinosaur. Its owner had died 79 million years ago, at the age of about 2 months. With any luck, Grant might have found the rest of the skeleton as well. If so, it would be the first complete skeleton of a baby carnivore. Hey! Alan Grant looked up, blinking in the sunlight. He pulled down his sunglasses and wiped his forehead with the back of his arm. He was crouched on an eroded hillside in the Badlands outside Snakewater, Montana. Montana. Sorry, I don't know why about it. For some reason, I wanted to say it like that. Okay, anyways, outside Snakewater, Montana. Beneath the great blue bowl of the sky, blunted hills, exposed outcroppings of crumbling limestone, stretched for miles in every direction. There was not a tree or a bush, nothing but barren rock, hot sun, and whining wind. Oh, that's cool. Uh, Visitors found the Badlands depressingly bleak, but when Grant looked at the landscape, he saw something else entirely. This barren land was what remained of another very different world, which had vanished 80 million years ago. In his mind's eye, Grant saw himself back in the warm, swampy bayou that formed the shoreline of a great inland sea. This inland sea was 1,000 miles wide, extending all the way from the newly upthrust Rocky Mountains to the sharp, craggy peaks of the Appalachians. All of the American West was underwater. Excuse me. I have a sore throat all of a sudden. At the time, there were thin clouds in the sky overhead, darkened by the smoke of nearby volcanoes. The atmosphere was denser, richer in carbon dioxide. Richer in carbon dioxide. Plants grew rapidly along the shoreline. There were no fish in these waters, but there were clams. There were clams. Sorry, I missed. There were clams and snails. Pterosaurs swooped down to scoop algae from the surface. A few carnivorous dinosaurs prowled the swampy shores of the lake, moving among the moving among. Where am I? Moving among the palm trees. And offshore was a small island about 2 acres in size, ringed with dense vegetation. This island formed a protected sanctuary where herds of herb, or herds of herb, 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 herbivorous duck-billed dinosaurs laid their eggs in communal nest and raised their squeaking young. Over the millions of years that followed, the pale green alkaline lake grew shallower and finally vanished. The exposed land buckled and cracked under the heat, and the offshore island with its dinosaur eggs became the eroded hillside in the northern Montana, with Alan Grant was now, which Alan Grant was now excavating. Hey, Alan! He stood, a barrel-chested, bearded man of 40. Oh, he was bearded? Nah. Huh. He heard the chugging of the portable generator and the distant clatter of the jackhammer cutting into the dense rock on the next hill. He saw the kids working around the jackhammer, moving away the big pieces of rock after checking them for fossils. At the foot of the hill, he saw the six teepees of his camp, the flapping mess tent, and the trailer that served as their field laboratory. And he saw Ellie waving to him from the shadow of the field laboratory. "Visitor!" she called and pointed east. Well, this is my east, so. Grant saw the cloud of dust and the blue Ford sedan bouncing over the rutted road and toward them. He glanced at his watch. Right on time. On the other hill, the kids looked up with interest. They didn't get many visitors in Snakewater, and there had been a lot of speculation about a lawyer from the Environmental Protection Agency would want to see Alan Grant about. But Grant knew that paleontology, the study of extinct life, had in recent years taken on an unexpected relevance to the modern world. Okay. The modern world was changing fast, and urgent questions about the weather, deforestation, global warming, or the ozone layer often seemed answerable, at least in part, with information from the past, information that paleontologists could provide. He had been called as an expert at global warming. He had been called as an expert witness twice in the past few years. Gosh, I can't speak. Why can't I not just read? Let me drink some water. That might help. More water. Excuse me. Witness in the past few years. Grant started down the hill to meet the car. "Hello, car. How are you?" "Oh, no, I'm not talking but to you, driver of this car. I came here to meet the car." Oh no, I want to continue reading. But I cannot. Oh wow, there's so much more reading to be had here. So I guess we skipped the depressing part of the story not skipped, but we passed the depressing part of the story for Dominic. And we'll get to the interesting part of the story where we finally meet the main character of the story. I do want to read more, but unfortunately, I've got to go. So, with that being said, next month is the month of April. No, we could do April things, and maybe we could also start doing more of these reading videos. We don't have any random fandom live stream videos planned. We could probably do Indiana Jones, maybe, or maybe something else. Maybe the Pirates of the Caribbean. But I feel like I definitely would have to rewatch some of those films because I've not, I have not those like okay, Star Wars and Jurassic Park. Okay, we didn't do we didn't rewatch those films. The reason why we didn't rewatch those films was because those we would watch we as kids we would watch them repeatedly um, to prepare for the streams. Right? Sorry, to prepare for the streams, we didn't have to rewatch those films. We probably could for like a future live stream or something. I guess like another look or something into the whatever. Um, um, but as far as the Pirates of the Caribbean or whatever you want to, however you pronounce it, if we were to do not podcast, if we were to do a live stream about on the Random Fandom about the Pirates of the Caribbean, I would need to see 10 likes on this live stream. Haha, 10 likes. Or just, no, not 10 likes. Someone to comment down in the comment section below thing on the Pirates of the Caribbean. We would have to rewatch those. We've watched. Now, granted, the first three movies embedded in our memories. They're embedded into our minds, like they're glued in there. So we could probably do a live stream based on the first three of the pirate films, right? We could either do that or do a live stream on the Alien Saga, or do live streams on the Alien Saga. I would have to buy an entire Alien collection and just rewatch all of them. We have now. Granted, the first four. Sorry, I almost forgot. The first four are like in our minds, but we've gotten some of the newer ones mixed up because like two of the films kind of just feel like one movie. So we could probably some of the films were probably just accidentally meshed as one film. I don't know how that happened. It happened. But yeah, we would definitely rewatch the Alien films if we were to do a Random Fandom stream on that. We could probably do a Predator, like all the Predator, a couple of live streams on the Predator saga, whatever. Movie sagas, name them. Okay, we could do X-Men saga, perhaps, or Indiana Jones saga, perhaps. Oh gosh, there's some films of the X-Men I've not seen. I think there's like one or two that I have not seen, and only one of them I did not know existed at all. Like I think it, like how to what this existed, this film, what? Live action X-Men films. I think there are some animated live action films. Those can be done in a separate whatever. So okay, comment down below what saga we should definitely cover next. We covered Star Wars. We covered I definitely do want to redo the Poppy Playtime live stream. I want to not destroy. I want to delete it, just delete it, and then I'll pick Halloween to cover Poppy Playtime. So yeah, Well, yeah, or maybe maybe not necessarily Halloween. I'll just pick some other day to replace Puppet Playtime or replace that live stream. So I will delete it too. Um, so I'm going to delete it and just do a separate live stream altogether. Now, granted, Dominic Rex or I actually, believe it or not, we both don't have to be here for the random fandom, right? I have to be here for RavenWood Reads, and Dominic does not. So if a Dominic wants to do um, a Godzilla live stream by himself, right? Just talking about it, right? That's also another thing. We could do like live streams just talking about things. Maybe not talking about the saga or the whatever, all the entire collection or whatever, right? We may not do that. We don't have to do that. We could just talk about specific things in general, all right? Just have a nerd random. That's what the random fandom is for, is just talking about those specific things. But I want to start with like talking about what we like about the sagas first, right? Just breaking down the sagas. By the way, if we ever do the Godzilla collection, we have to do like separate sagas of those films. So there was a lot of eras like the Heisei, Showa, the classic, right? Legendary pictures, right? Well, we may have to separate the legendary, but the MonsterVerse film as a separate saga thing altogether. Um, but again, recommend what you want to recommend. We can't pick. I mean, we can pick. We can decide, but like, definitely help us recommend which saga for us to view. It has to be a popular, like, oh, we could do Transformers. Yeah, that's right. We could do the Bayformers films. Don't. As far as the animated Transformer films, I feel like what that the 1986 Transformer film and Transformers One would have to be viewed separately. Or not viewed separately. We have to talk about it separately and whatever. I know I'm going on to a long, long ramble, but or yeah, a long, I want to say rant or whatever, but I want your input on what we should cover next or what we should talk about next. As far as film sagas go, not show sagas, not shows. We'll for us to talk about shows, we have to like rewatch it. We have to talk about it season by season based for a specific show. So if you want us to talk about a specific show, we'll have to talk about each individual season. That's how we're going to cover with that. So we'll talk about season 1, season 2, season 3, onward. Also, it depends on like how long each season is. So we'll talk like, yeah, and we're not taking notes. We're not going to jot down notes unless we absolutely have to. But the idea here is to just talk about what we've experienced, what we enjoyed from watching these shows and movies and whatnot. Anyways, can't wait for Dominic to come back so we can continue reading Jurassic Park. Now, again, I will say this. We may not finish the book before the movie. We'll get to a stopping point, watch the movie, and then I'll continue reading The Artificer. What I will do for Jurassic Park, and and by the way, there's also like the reason why On the Shelf still exists is because of some of the collections haven't have don't they don't have their own separate playlist. I will create a separate playlist dedicated to Jurassic Park, meaning the Random Phantom, the Random Phantom show. I'll put the episode. I'll put the episodes as well for Jurassic Park separately in there as well. I'll put all the different Jurassic Park on the shelf things that we've done so far in that video. So I'll make an entire playlist called Jurassic Park Collection, and I'll put it all that there, right? So yeah, and I don't have anything for Star Wars. I don't have a Star Wars collection, so I won't do a entire Star Wars playlist until otherwise. So that's basically That's basically the rule of when it comes to. Hello. I know. I've got to go. I know I've got to go. I'm trying to finish this part up here. Okay. Sorry for that delay. Okay. In order for Star Wars to have its own separate playlist, we'll have to dedicate more to it. If you want a live stream on the about Star Wars Rebels or Star Wars The Clone Wars, we're going to have to rewatch a lot of content or whatever. We're gonna have to do it season based, seasonal based for the show or whatever, right? Because shows don't stick to the brain as well as movies do. So that's what I've got to say about that. Okay. Now that I've got to go, that's all I've got to say. So expect for two things to happen, two things to happen soon. This April, we'll have another Random Phantom video. We don't know what subject that it's going to be about, but expect one soon. Well, we will watch more, not much more. So we will continue RavenWood Reads, and three things. Sorry, and the third thing, Jurassic Park will have its own separate, not channel, playlist. It will have its own separate playlist, so that will be more organized here at the Random Phantom. That's all I got to say. Please leave a like, share, subscribe, and click the bell notification. And see you all soon. Bye bye.